There are approximately 1.6 billion Muslims around the world. Out of this 1.6 billion, 85% are Sunni and 15% are Shias. While Shia represents the majority of population in Iraq, Iran, Bahrain and Azerbaijan, Sunni are the majority in more than 40 countries, from Morocco to Indonesia. 11 years ago in 2011, a protest against Syrian president turned into a full-scale civil war. The conflict has left 500,000 people dead, devastated cities, and millions compelled to take refuge in other countries. The Syrian civil war is nothing but a Shia-Sunni conflict at the core. In 1980, Saddam Hussein, a Sunni, attacked on Iran, a Shia state. The war lasted for 8 years and finally ended in 1988 after massive bloodshed. The war stopped, but not the conflict. Nearly 1 million people killed in the last decade due to this conflict. Yemen, another Islamic state which is going through a civil war since 2014. Nearly 110,000 people killed and 4.2 million displaced internally. In Pakistan, from 1987 to 2007, as many as 4,000 people are estimated to have died in Shia-Sunni sectarian fighting. 300 were killed in 2006 alone. Recently, on May 13th, 47 Shia Muslims, including women and children, are shot dead by Sunni terrorist group in Karachi. The fierce sectarian battle between Shias and Sunnis persists from Pakistan to Yemen and started in 632 AD just after the death of Prophet Muhammad. Muhammad died without male heir and he never clearly stated who he would want to be his successor. While most of his followers thought that the other elite members of the Islamic community should choose his successor, a smaller group believed only someone from Muhammad's family, namely his cousin and son-in-law Ali, should succeed him. This group became known as the followers of Ali, in Arabic the Shi'at Ali, or simply Shia. But the Sunni majority, named for Sunnah or tradition, won at the end and chose Muhammad's close friend Abu Bakr to become the first caliph or leader of the Islamic community. Ali finally became the fourth caliph after the second and third caliph got assassinated. In 661 AD, Ali himself got killed as the bitter power struggle between Sunni and Shia continued. In 681, Ali's son Hussein led a group of 72 followers and family members from Makkah to Karbala, today's Iraq, to confront the corrupt Caliph Yazid of the Umayyad dynasty. For 10 days they fought with massive Sunni army, but at the end Hussein got killed and decapitated, his head brought to Damascus as a tribute to the Sunni Caliph. Umayyads thought that the Battle of Karbala will finally put an end to all the claims of leadership of the Ummah, the people or nation of Islam, by Shias. But on the contrary, Hussein's death of Karbala became the central story of Shia tradition, celebrated yearly as Asura, the most solemn date on the Shia calendar. Apart from Karbala battle, there are three major events that made the Shia-Sunni division even more deeper and darker by the end of 20th century. Number 1. The rise of Safavid dynasty in the 16th century, which forcefully transformed Iran from a Sunni center into a Shia stronghold of the Middle East. Number 2. In the early 20th century after World War I, the victorious Allies divided the territory held by the former Ottoman Empire, cutting through centuries-old religious and ethnic communities. Number 3. In 1979, the Islamic Revolution in Iran produced a radical brand of Shia Islam that would clash violently with the Sunni in Saudi Arabia and elsewhere in the decades to follow.